Hi, my name is Serena, and we are going to be talking about fame and how it affects worship and self understanding. So, the first thing we have is worship and adoration. According to Bibliu, worship is ascribing ultimate value or worth to something. And within the Christian worldview, worship should only be given to God. And then another source that I found, which is C.S. Lewis Institute, worship means respectful devotion, loving, honoring, and obeying someone who has our highest regards, otherwise known as God. And so you're celebrating God and acknowledging his power and perfection and gratitude, as you can see. Our sources meaning of adoration, biblical training says that adoration is simply the appreciative wonderment of the perfections and excellencies of the Creator as reflected in created realities and should only be rendered to God. And then worship and adoration PDF, it says that adoration means to venerate or respect and worship God in worship. This is emphasized in Roman Catholic, Anglican, and Orthodox doctrine. There's two parts to this. So the second part is fond affection, admiration, and devotion. The word adoration was kind of changed up in the 19th century. Our definition, our group said that adoration is the genuine expression of love, admiration, and awe to God, our creator. And then my examples are Psalms 139:14 says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full and well. This is important because it shows like our love to God and it shows how admirable we are to him. And then Luke verse 4, chapter 8. This one says that Jesus answered, it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only. And this is important because if our definition is genuine expression of love, so we're all obviously going to worship God and adore only God. So in Chronicles 29, verse 11, that states, yours, Lord, is the greatness and the power and the glory and the majesty and the splendor for everything in heaven and in earth. And saying that we only adore and praise our God and that he's responsible for everything. We owe this gratitude and expression of love to him. Okay.
Hi, I'm Carly, and I'm going to be talking about society's push and how society affects people's want and worship of fame. The first way that society does this is through media. Scholars argue that mass media and digital platforms amplify the importance of fame. For example, Chris Rojek, in his book Celebrity, explores how media constructs fame as a form of modern worship akin to like a religious devotion. Marshall, in his 1977 book, Celebrity and Power, Fame in Contemporary Culture, discusses how celebrities serve as a cultural symbol that influences social values and behaviors. Then another thing that society pushes is societal and psychological influences of fame. Psychological studies suggest that admiration for celebrities fulfills a social and psychological need that people have. Giles and Maddleby is from 2004, proposed the parasocial relationship theory, which explains how people form one-sided emotional connections with celebrities, reinforcing their social status. And the self-discrepancy theory from Higgins in 1987 suggests that people idolize famous individuals because they represent an ideal self that they want themselves to be. Two more of society's ways of pushing us towards our adoration for fame is consumerism and capitalism and social media and algorithms. For consumerism and capitalism, fame is commodified. It reinforces the idea that it's a desirable goal. Turner, in Understanding Celebrity, argues that fame has been commercialized, making celebrities key figures in advertising and consumption culture. Drizens discusses celebrity capital, how fame translates into economic and social power. And for media and algorithms, you think of like platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, they create environments where gaining attention is equated with success. Abidin, in Internet Celebrity Understanding Fame Online, and explores how social media influencers create an illusion of intimacy and accessibility while reinforcing fame as a life goal.
Hi, my name is Nick, and I'll be going over how fame dehumanizes. So why do we idolize fame and celebrity influence? Well, some of the good things that can be associated with fame are that it can provide people with wealth, admiration, and influence, and that it is also often associated with personal success and achievement. We also see people who want fame looking for like attention and validation. So that's why I quoted Aang, I think here, is this desire extends beyond mere attention seeking. It reflects a deeper need for societal acknowledgement, admiration, and the pursuit of leaving a lasting legacy. But some of the cons of fame are that it can promote an idealized version of self online, and that fame-seeking behavior is often associated with traits of narcissism. So the way this dehumanizes people is that the chase for validation from fame and getting people's recognition online leads to a lack of empathy, and then people forget that there's a real person on the other side of the screen. So what is dehumanization from a theological standpoint? Dehumanization is any attitude or practice that disregards God's definition of being a human. This creates problems because it does not only ignore God's creation, but it also has led to a rise in narcissism and a lack of empathy. While this is how it starts off, it can later lead to examples of people deciding who should be allowed to live, one example being the Holocaust. A current day example we see is that celebrities often get harassed by paparazzi and they're treated as props rather than equal human beings. We saw this happen recently with a popular singer known as Chappell Roan. However, there was also a social experiment that I thought tied in with dehumanization, and it's known as Rhythm Zero, where a performance artist by the name of Marina Abramovic conducted this social experiment in which she stood still on a stage for 6 hours and allowed her audience members to do whatever they wanted to her with 72 objects of choice, ranging from innocent objects like perfume to more dangerous things like knives and a gun. And the whole point of this experiment was not only to show the exploitation of women from fame, it was also to show that people sometimes forget there's a human when they just follow along leaders. While using social media isn't inherently a bad thing, we must always remember that there is a real person on the other side of our screens, and that celebrities are people just like us, and that they are not higher beings. And then here are our references for each of us, and thank you for listening to our presentation.